Hey everyone, this is Scott from Forgot to Grow Up. Welcome to our Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 6, Episode 1 Thoughts video. Just finished watching the first episode of the new season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and this episode is called Missing Pieces, and in this episode we see it takes place a year after the death of director Phil Coulson. S.H.I.E.L.D. is still rebuilding under the leadership of Mac. They are investigating a series of energy anomalies formed by hostile strangers emerging from portals, one of whom gets trapped inside a wall and turns into cement. In deep space, we see agents Johnson, Simmons, Piper, and Davis search for Fitz, who was last seen in a cryofreeze chamber on a spaceship with the Chronicon Enoch. They find the spaceship abandoned and the chamber empty. Simmons discovers where the chamber was created, but the others decide to return to Earth. They are attacked by a Confederacy cruiser, and in the rush to escape, Simmons is able to plot their course for the chamber's origin. Mac and May recruit Dr. Marcus Benson to find a S.H.I.E.L.D. academy and provide science support. They find coordinates on the man in concrete who will lead them to a museum. The surviving hostiles are there and destroy the building to make way for their leader, Sarge, who looks just like Coulson. So I just finished watching this episode. That was the plot summary if I didn't mention that. And yeah, I really enjoyed this new episode. I like that we started off right away in space. The team's been in space for a whole year, trying to find Fitz, and I love that they just dive right into that. That Mac's still trying to rebuild. He's getting a little help from Coulson, a little hologram Coulson that's coming out of Fury's toolbox, which I just love that they use that that they bring back Fury's toolbox for that, and that Coulson still still have a way to have Coulson around, even though they do kind of have Coulson still around with this Sarge character. And I like that we in this first episode we didn't get any more than we had just gotten in the trailer. Because I want this kind of mystery to unfold over these next few episodes of this season. So I like that it kind of ends on that kind of cliffhanger, and that we'd already kind of seen it, and we haven't really learned anything about this Sarge character yet. So I'm really curious to find that, as well as us not finding Fitz yet. I hope we don't spend too much time looking around for Fitz. But I'm also glad they didn't just start the season off with, oh yeah, we already found him in the year gap. I like that they're going through a little trouble in space trying to track him down. So I'm really, really curious to see where we go from this episode. But I really enjoyed this season premiere. I didn't really know what to expect going into it exactly, besides what we had already gotten. I knew I was going to enjoy it no matter what, because I love Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. But I really enjoyed that they're balancing these kind of two storylines with the one team in space, and then Mac and S.H.I.E.L.D. regrouping on Earth, and then the Sarge coming into there. And I'm curious how this all plays out. What Stacey and Simmons and them gonna think of this Sarge guy, and why does he look like Coulson? I'm really curious to hear what Fitz's and Simmons' science explanation for that could possibly be. So I'm just really curious to find out how they're going to converge these, or if they're going to converge these two separate storylines that they've set up in this first episode. But yeah, some of the other elements I liked in this one, I like that we see Daisy right at the beginning quake apart some guns, and we see that she's got some precision control over that, and that's a nice little nod to the fact that the last season ends off with her getting a little boost to her powers in order to defeat Talbot and save the Earth. So that was cool to see that she's refined her powers a little bit because she's gotten stronger, and she's had a year of using it in space. We see at one point her and Simmons talk about the fact that Quake's been quaking a lot of things over the last year in space to kind of show them that they're not messing around. So I thought that was kind of an interesting thing, and I'm curious to see how it's going to go further from here, how else she's going to use those quake abilities, and how it plays into things. Is she going to quake a whole spaceship apart? I hope so. But yeah, some of the other things I liked, I already mentioned the Coulson hologram. Oh, Yo-Yo and this new guy, that I didn't love. That I like Yo-Yo and Max, so that's all I'm going to say about that. Yeah, what else? Oh, you see Fitz seems to be working or doing something on some alien planet. He gives himself an injection, his eye color changes. I don't know if he's maybe undercover trying to fit in as something, or if he's trying to play some kind of game. I'm very curious to find out how Fitz's storyline plays out. And I like that the Confederacy is still chasing after the team that is in space. That was an interesting little thing that they threw in. I thought it makes sense. They're probably upset about the one ship and the fact that their leadership was killed by them. So it's understandable. So I'm curious to see how that also plays out this season. But yeah, that's all my thoughts for this first episode of Agents of Shield. Season 6 of Agents of Shield. Be sure to let me know in the comments below what you thought about this episode and how excited you are for the rest of this season. Thanks again for joining me today. Sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and have a good one.